goes, "Get Adrian the fuck out of here." Then he said, he said, "You're muted, can't hear you." And yeah, so the audio is fucked. So I'm away for the thing again.
We started out muted. Brayden unmutes just to mute again.
Literally twice. This happened twice, bro.
This is fucked, man.
Fantastic.
All right, here we go. All right, episode 3 of Earn and Rep. You know, we're gonna act like we didn't do what we just did, but let's go, Adrian. What's up?
How you guys doing? Hope y'all are having a fantastic night. It's currently 1 a.m. I don't know where y'all are watching from, or if you're ever gonna watch, but any support's appreciated.
If they're hearing you, they're watching, bud.
Listen. we gonna get into some boxing. Just finished the fight. Nate Robinson got fucked up. We're gonna touch up on the NFL a little bit, and without further ado, go ahead, Seth.
Guys, it's Seth. Thanks for coming back out to the stream. Again, we appreciate all the support, but I really don't need the intro. Let's get back into it.
Yeah, so basically, we're recording this like an hour after the Mike Tyson fight. You know, if you watch this in the upcoming years or whatever the fuck, this is literally the same night. So all of this is real reactions. Haven't really talked to each other about it either, so it's gonna be fun.
There's a point not to talk to each other about it, just to save it.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, so basically, if we didn't talk about like the main or like the undercard yet, we could go through like the boring fights. You said you didn't watch the first one, right?
Yeah, I didn't watch the first one.
Yeah, so we can't really talk about that too much. But with the one,
real quick with the first one, what did you think? You obviously watched it.
So the Ortiz dude, you could like tell that he was a overall better fighter than Segura or like, I'm sorry, bud, I just don't know your name. But yeah, I mean, it's just weird because it's just only one-sided, but and I wasn't really paying attention too much, but yeah, he was definitely a lot stronger. He had so much more stamina than him. It was just an obvious choice, but with like the 6th round or something like that, it was like the 6th or like 5th round. The Segura or Segara, whatever his name is, he had a pop-off round. He almost did some stuff. Yeah, no, Ralph, thank you for saying that. It was an issue. I fixed it though. but yeah, so if we go into the undercard, really the reason why I wanted to watch this, honestly, because I mean, Mike Tyson is obviously a beast. Nobody will ever take that away from him. But to me, with my age and who I like, what type of content I like to dive into and stuff is like through YouTube. So having a YouTube person become a boxer and play an athlete, it just really intrigued me and I wanted to watch it. But yeah, so what is your thoughts, Adrian, on what you witnessed with watching the highlights of the fight?
Yeah, I didn't, as you just said, I watched the highlights. I didn't watch the full fight. I couldn't get it to load. Fucking dog shit.
You didn't pay for it?
Fuck, who pays for shit anymore?
Shh.
It was okay. Like I talked to you about it a little bit after it happened. I don't think that, I feel like Nate Robinson had a lot of time to prepare, but he wasn't ready by any means.
Mm-hmm.
I think with facing Jake, he kind of just jumped into like a higher level tier of boxing. Not that like Jake's like some insane boxer, but like I feel like he should have lowered his standard a little bit for his first fight, you know?
Yeah, Nate Robinson is the one who called out Jake too. Like that's what initially happened.
But like I talked to you about a little bit, he didn't really like, he didn't have like I feel like he didn't have a game plan. He was just like, I'm about to just run at this motherfucker and I'm just gonna start swinging and hopefully I land a shot.
Yeah.
Like that's all he did. He just ran at him.
That was such an interesting fight for whoever is watching this. if you haven't watched the highlights for that video or for that fight, you just need to. That is literally comedy. I haven't watched it back yet. I watched it live, and homie was getting bitched. Like, I'ma just say it flat out. He off rip. I'm talking first round. You knew it was gonna be a knockout. This is at least me. I spoke it into existence because I knew the way. Like, I've watched so many fights, and the way Nate was coming at him was so unprofessional. That like it was a guaranteed knockout, 100%, and it was just a matter of time. And so you instantly knew off rip that Jake was already going to be the winner, and I think that's why some people, because I read Twitter a little bit, a couple people think that Jake Paul isn't obviously as good as somebody else or whatnot, like comparing him to be like, oh, he's not that good, like some people do that type of stuff. I think this was a poor case in showing because he realized that Nate doesn't know what he's doing. So I'm literally going to throw haymakers to knock this man out. Like, he changed in that fight. He changed how to prepare his throws and stuff. People are really underestimating like how good of a fighter he actually is, in my opinion. Like, he isn't obviously like on Connor's level and all that type of stuff. That's idiotic. It's just a money grab, but it would be entertaining. I mean, nope. I don't know what anybody's saying with that type of stuff. I think, I really, really think that was a really, really entertaining fight. Nate Robinson was lost, but I'll go deeper into it. But I want to hear what Seth has to say too.
So look, I do think I'm gonna agree with Adrian and piggyback off of what he said a little bit with not having enough, or he had enough time but not preparing
Yeah,
the best.
yeah, he didn't look like he did anything.
I think he just was. He has the mindset of, well, I've played basketball for so long, and I've been working out for football with the Seahawks and stuff, and he wanted to go in there with pure athleticism and try and just do what Jake was doing. And
Yeah,
mind you, Jake was already 1-0 going into this with one knockout,
yeah.
and he's been training for like two years.
Some
I
would
think,
say
maybe
3-0, but that shit was not counted. But yes,
And then on top of that, um, it's just Buddy was trying to tackle but clinch at the same time as well as mix in a punch. I'm like, what? Like I texted
oh
you
man.
halfway through the first round. I'm like, after he got knocked down, I'm like, if Buddy's just gonna clinch the whole time, I'm just gonna wait for the Tyson fight. I'm just gonna go lay down because it was just getting boring. It was clinch after clinch after clinch after clinch.
Oh
Like,
yes. And
damn.
we only got to watch 2 rounds, and more than half of that fight was him holding on for dear life.
Yeah, 100%. After he got his shit bopped the second time, he was just like, yeah, I don't know, because Jake hit him with a perfect ear
Oh,
shot. Like, oh, he clipped. He
yeah,
was like,
people were trying to, like, they're
he went-
talking about it being illegal. That was not illegal.
no,
He dug in, bro. He destroyed that
that
man.
that was an ear shot.
Then
For
he hit him in
sure.
the temple too, and I think
He,
that
he
was the one.
no
That's just,
straight forehead. That was straight.
oh,
He
was
came
it,
up with boom straight forehead.
bro?
But I do want to say something about like how you said the Connor fight.
Yeah.
I do think that he is skilled enough to take on Conor McGregor, and that is a bold statement.
Yes.
That is a
Are you
bold
talking?
statement,
Are you talking
but
strictly boxing?
strictly boxing, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Connor don't have hands like that. Okay, we see what Floyd did to him, and
I
how
don't think
Floyd.
it's out of the question. Some people think it's such a joke, but like nobody's bringing the numbers to a Connor fight except like Khabib and like Floyd and that type of stuff. Jake will bring the numbers, so you don't have to argue that. And like,
He has 30 mil. He has 30 mil across all platforms.
dude,
So
it's
that's
ridiculous.
that's at least 10 mil if you think on the low side.
Yeah,
That's at least 10 million.
if he fights hypothetically, right? If Jake Paul fights Logan, KSI, and like somebody from like the UFC, he was talking about Dylan something or whatnot. If he fought those 3 people and won all 3, who is to say? Because in my opinion, I agree with you. I think right now, if Connor wanted to take the fight, it would be smart for Connor and it would be really smart for Jake. So it's like if Jake becomes 5-0 right after defeating KSI, which would be a big thing in the sense of like YouTube boxing, that would be one of the biggest fights. And Logan versus Jake, bro, that's numbers. So it's like
numbers.
Bro, it's like you can argue, the performance and stuff. They're not as skillful as other people, but this is entertainment at the end of the day. Especially with boxing because it's not an MMA fight. Bro, I like 100%. I agree that he would be able to, um, he would be able to compete at least. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
I don't know. I don't want to switch, but like I kind of want to talk about Mike Tyson stuff because it's the obvious. If people are watching this as of recent, it's just like he didn't like it wasn't a draw. It wasn't a fucking draw.
No, Mike Tyson had that in the bag.
I don't
The
know.
third
It
judge,
just makes no sense to
third
me.
judge, the bottom judge was dick riding Roy Jones the
Yeah.
whole time. There's no way you're scoring Roy Jones 10 to Mike Tyson 7. That's not possible.
Nah, that's
only-
such a joke, bro.
The only hits is when he's looking this way doing this and then running around for 10 minutes.
Bro,
And then he does this again, runs around for another 10 minutes, clinches and goes,
dude,
like,
he did absolutely nothing. The only thing that he did, which was cool, was his legendary little da 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 da. Like he did that thing a couple times. You know what I mean? To Mike Tyson's cover, like only to his gloves. He didn't really hit Mike Tyson with them.
No.
He just hit his gloves and he just went da 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 da. That's the only thing this man did, except for what you just said. He went like this and he was looking this way and he was like running away from him, bro. There's no shot that you give him any fucking points. like
I guess that was
Ugh.
like his move. You know what I mean? How Mike Tyson's move was the 1, 2. You know, like
yeah.
the,
Yeah.
and then like I guess that was his move. But like,
Yeah, when you're
that is-
54 or whatever, doesn't work
That's a-
as well.
yeah, that's a dog shit move. Even in
Terrible
your
move.
like if you do this and you're looking this way, this dude's just gonna go whoop bop.
Connor is a straight up boxer in the UFC, doesn't do ground. I
Who said that? Who said that?
Ralph said that.
That is false.
It's
That
not
is
it's
false.
not really 100% true, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not like a ground player like specifically, but
Like, he uses his feet a lot. He uses like
yeah.
he uses,
Like
you
things
can't-
for MMA, like stand up.
Yeah.
There's so many more than just hooks and uppercuts and like a jab.
yeah.
You have
If you're
yeah.
if you're boxing, you're not gonna do a fucking spinning back fist.
Yeah.
That leaves your whole shit.
It locks you down, and especially an experienced fighter that with Connor that uses his legs and his knees and stuff, that muscle memory of being just planted and using just your hands really and like minor grappling is like it really restrains somebody to the caliber of Connor. And so like to push that caliber down to a boxing, because boxing is just points and stuff, it's not as skillful as I can't, maybe not skillful, but it's just not as much as MMA. That's why I don't think it's as entertaining, obviously. I mean,
It
I
gets a
don't
little
know.
boring.
it gets way too
Entertain-
boring, but I still enjoy it. I love fighting. It's just in the sense of compared to MMA, it's like see this is a raw podcast, so I'm gonna just say it, and it's not entirely true. But if you want to take my words 100%, you can. I just don't really care. But UFC to boxing is like wrestling, bro. Like it's not completely fake. Like it's not completely fake like wrestling, but it's like it's just such a watered down version of MMA. Like use your feet, use your full body, because you're in a ring fighting to the death per se. Like you're fighting one person to win. It's not really like that with boxing. Like you don't like it's kind of bad to go and try to knock them out. You want more of the slowed down, paced, point based thing for boxing. That shit's boring in the long run of it, I guess. I don't know.
That's why I stopped watching it. You know,
Yeah.
I wasn't real big, but
Mhm.
like
A couple
like
of those
you-
undercards, I didn't know who the fuck they were.
yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
because just mainly because I don't watch that. That's
Yeah.
not my speed. You know, MMA
It's-
is more my
yeah.
speed. Like I want to see somebody get their fucking shit kicked in. Like I want to see a fucking spinning back kick from Conor McGregor to somebody's fucking dome. Like that's where if you look at Conor's legacy, he's not a boxer. He is not a hand-to-hand fighter. He's a kicker. He's a grappler. He's good at submissions and shit.
Yeah,
know-
Connor's main is stand-up boxing, Ralph said. He's a very good stand-up boxer. I would not say that, like, if you're not counting withstanding, if you're not counting his kicks and his knees and what you can do in a grapple, like with in like what he said with submissions and stuff. I don't know. If you're not counting legs though in stand up boxing, I don't know if I would say that's his main thing, because I don't know. There's people that would be able to outpower him in stand up.
While we're on this topic of MMA and all that, do you think the Paul Robinson fight would have been any different if it was MMA?
Not for Nate Robinson. Fuck no.
You don't think you would have stood a better chance because kind of like how Seth said, he went in with trying to use his athleticism.
Dude, after watching the weigh-ins of Jake Paul and Nate Robinson, that was the only time that I was ever nervous. That dude was in shape, ready to fight, and I feel like if you gave Jake and Nate the equal amount of time to work on kicks and grappling and all that type of stuff, I think Jake cared more. He had more to lose. He would have beat that man up so much worse if they had less weighted gloves and you can use your legs in arm bars, and bro, he would have hurt that dude.
I think it would have been a lot closer though, a lot closer of a fight.
I don't know.
I personally think it would have been a better fight.
Anything would be a better fight with MMA. That's how I agree. Like not even agree, but that's what my perspective of fighting is anything would look better in MMA because you have more of a shot. You can use more things. You know, if you get nervous or anything and you just decide to use this instead of that little thing could change a whole fight. You know, it's just 100%. MMA is so much better.
Do you think the height differential played a difference?
I think a lot, like the reach did. Yeah, the reach is what really. But it didn't make a difference. He wasn't Nate Robinson had no shot.
Yeah, I don't think the reach would have made a difference in the Nate Robinson fight, just for the simple fact that Jake was just like bop.
You could see in that fight, Nate Robinson did it for the paycheck. I don't think he really unless he just is not meant to be a boxer. He did not put in that type of effort compared to Jake. Simple. Because you can't say he's not athletic enough and stuff, like, you know what I mean? But he's an athlete, and nobody will ever be able to take that away from him. But that was pitiful. That was really pitiful. That was worse than I thought it was going to be. Like, off rip, the way he ran at him, it looked like the Gibb fight. If you guys watch Jake Paul versus Gibb, that dude looked like a midget, and he was running around trying to grab like something off like the fourth thing off of like a grocery store. I'm just telling you, he was just reaching for things. Like, he did not know what he was doing. He was lost, and that's really what Nate looked like. He just kept grabbing him.
I do want to say one more thing because I do want to switch over to the Tyson fight. But Snoop Dogg when he was commentating, he said the coaches in the corner of Nate Robinson, they were telling him how to strike. They weren't telling him how to defend himself.
Yeah.
I think that was part of his big fall down, like that you shouldn't have to explain to somebody cover your fucking face in a fucking fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or just slow down. Like, my man was sprinting at him. And if his punch didn't connect, he was just bear hugging him until the ref pushed him off. That was the only strat he had. It was if I had one word, let's go down the line, right? We'll go with Adrian next. If you had one word for the Nate Robinson and Jake fight, what would it be? Mine's pitiful.
I'm gonna go entertaining.
Because cool, it was. I freaked out.
For what it was and how quick it was, I mean, you can't say that you weren't entertained.
You were entertained. That shit was funny. Go ahead, Seth. What's your word? Because it wasn't boring. It was entertaining.
I'm gonna say unprepared. That is
cool.
My word. Nate Robinson was very unprepared. You got a ghost at your door, bro? Is that your mom?
No, it's Luke. I think he said the internet cut out, but I'm still here, so.
We about to see the first time Adrian disconnects live. Oh, man. All right, well, let's go to the Tyson fight then. Let's go. I'll let Seth take charge of this one.
All right, so definitely with the Tyson fight, I do think both people were ready. One for everybody out there, it was not a draw. Everybody could see that with their eyes. Like you could definitely see that Mike Tyson was out for something different. He
Yeah,
definitely changed from when he was younger with his with how fucking just intriguing he was.
yeah,
Just for a simple fact, he if he would hit somebody after the thing, he wouldn't say sorry. He'd just go sit back. He'd just go sit back in his corner. He has grown up from that aspect. Obviously, he's 54 years old. He's
yeah.
not 23 anymore. But I do think that that was a very good fight. Um, and I'm happy that they went the distance instead of going 4 to 6 rounds or having the ref stop them. It was
Yeah, it
very
almost got
entertaining.
stopped early, bro.
Yeah, because the one punch he missed over and nicked
That was like
Roy
in the
Jones in
fourth
his
round
head.
or something, right?
Yeah, and he
That
he
would have
he said
sucked.
my head bleeding. He says my head bleeding, and they're like, "No, you're good."
Yeah. Throw some
But
Vaseline on it, like Snoop Dogg
yeah,
said.
yeah,
That
and
was
he
awesome.
Snoop Dogg made the fight 10 times better.
Yep.
Oh, there's my uncles out there at the barbecue fighting.
Yeah, get him, Roy. Get him, Roy. Oh man, that was awesome.
I think Adrian's gone. Look
He's
at his face.
definitely gone. So for you guys, because this will happen in the future, Adrian's internet goes out maybe 5 to 6 times a day, maybe more. I don't know, but like he literally might get back before the episode's done. But me and Seth are just gonna have to bang it out together because
Bugging,
what else
bugging.
can you do? But basically, for me, I kind of disagree, and not in the sense of because I don't think Roy tried to prepare the way he and it's weird because it is Mike Tyson. You have to give him the respect that he deserves. It's just, in my opinion, right? Uh, I don't think Roy ever thought he had a shot. I really don't. Like
Yeah,
he tried to. I'm gonna hide a couple things on the screen because it kind of looks.
oh, I'm gonna just pick it up where you're leaving off while you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I do think he didn't prepare to the best of his abilities.
Yeah,
Especially with the way that he was talking at the end. He was like, "Well, I gotta see, if my family
yeah.
would want me to do this again." Like, if you're that scared, just say no. You know what I mean? You're a grown man. What do you have to hide for?
Yeah, no,
Just say no.
yeah, he was. I mean, and rightfully so. I wouldn't want to get in the ring again with the dude who just beat you, who just beat
100%.
you. But to me, it just looked like even out the gate and how tired he got and stuff. Plus, even before this fight at the weigh-ins, he didn't look ready. He didn't look like he really tried. He could have 100, and it's without argument, and at least in my opinion, he could have done a lot better to build his body and his stamina. And this is to the age and everything. I mean, rightfully so. I mean, he's old, and I get it. But in my opinion, this is only in my opinion, I don't think he really thought he had a shot with Mike Tyson. He was dick riding him the whole time. In the first round, or I'm looking over here, but in the first round, Buddy said, like he was like, "You gotta stop holding him." The ref said that to him, and he was like, "What do you want me to do? It's Mike Tyson." You know what I
Yeah,
mean? He already
I heard.
mentally prepared himself to lose, and when he's just doing and running away, he looked like a baby. He looked like a baby. I'm not gonna lie. But again, it is in respect to Mike Tyson. I mean, I like obviously I don't know what the fuck I'd do. I'd literally die. But I don't know. I've watched a lot of fights and stuff, and I don't think to me that didn't look good for Roy's thing. He just wanted to cross something off his bucket list, which
Yeah,
was fighting Mike Tyson. Much respect for even getting in the ring. And my thing is, and what I wanted to make sure I said on the podcast was I really, really respect that he even went that far because it looked like halfway through, like round three, round four, he was just going to take a knee and call it.
yeah,
He was
Oh, he was
so
gassed.
tired. He was so
He was
tired.
gassed.
And I really respect that man for making it that far. But the fact that that gets counted as a draw really, to me, it just really puts a bad thing on boxing. There's no way that you have a scoring system that ends up being
a draw.
a draw. There's no way. There's something heavily flawed with the scoring system because that makes no sense.
Yeah, even at the end when they're doing the thing, he goes, "Mike Tyson, how you feeling about the draw?" He said, "I'll take it. I just wanted to come out here and show what I could do at this age, and I'll take
Ooh,
it." he goes back over to Roy, and Roy goes, draws. I wear draws. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I'm not cool with the draws, and
Yeah.
at the end, yeah, I'm all right with the draw. Like
Yeah.
like
Hey, I gotta
he
cut you off though, because Jake just said something that's that at least I agree with, and he said with the consulting your family, Jake thinks it's a valid statement, because he is 51 and retired, that it is a valid statement to at least say like I want to consult my family and stuff. And I mean I do agree with that actually too. It's definitely a valid statement.
I can understand and agree with that. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's him fighting. It's not his family. I can understand. I can understand. You take everything they say with a grain of salt, and just
Hey, he's
agree
staying
with
on
them.
10 toes, Jake. I feel him. I feel him.
Just agree with them. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's the one in the ring. He's the one that has to make the decision if he wants to fight or not. It's his paycheck, not theirs.
Hey, I feel it. I feel it. To me, like if I was 51 and retired, I'd probably consult my family. But at the end of the day, it did kind of look like he didn't want to fight. I ain't gonna lie. It didn't look like he wanted to fight to begin with. I think in my opinion, I just think he wanted to fight Mike Tyson. Thank God he got out of it without getting knocked out, and he's gonna take his bread and leave. That's what I think gonna happen, and that's what I took from that. But I do agree with you, Jake. I don't think the consulting the family or whatever was whatever. I mean, he's 51. He's lucky he didn't get really
Hurt.
beat up in there. Yeah, he did a lot of running and a lot of hugging.
Well,
But that's what you do in boxing.
I'm gonna say one thing, then I'll pass it over to Adrian.
Yeah.
I was telling Jake before we started, I was telling him I give him 2 to 7 days. He'll be in the hospital with some rib problems, some breathing problems.
He got
'Cause
hit.
Mike Tyson was fucking his ribs up.
He got hit. Yeah, he was eating those things though, man. Same thing with the fight we were talking about with the undercard before Jake Paul's. They were getting. He was eating those
Yeah,
things.
he got lumped up.
Yeah,
He got
100%. It was really similar to the Tyson fight. I think actually, mark me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Seth even said that second fight that happened, the one right before Jake's, was just like the Tyson one, just a little underwhelming or something. And I actually 100% agree with him. It was almost the same fight. Yeah, he like same thing with what you're saying with Roy Jones. He got beat up in the stomach and rib area.
But what's up, Adrian? What's your thoughts on it? You're just sitting over there all quiet.
I was just chilling. I'm listening.
I like your lights.
Glad to be back.
Yes.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
I like your lights.
Thanks, I appreciate it. You want something different? I could change them.
Nah, I like those ones.
Um,
They remind me of RGB RAM sticks in my computer.
I thought it was a good fight. I definitely don't think it should have ended how it ended. I completely disagree with the draw. I mean, as a lot of people do.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a given.
Has anybody said that Roy Jones won that fight?
No.
I don't think so.
It makes no sense.
But I do like his answer when he was asked about the draw, because
but he went back on the statement though.
I know what you mean. Yeah, he did. But like I don't know. I don't understand how you're like. I mean, I guess if you're 54 and 51, I mean, I guess you're satisfied with whatever the outcome is. Walking away, I guess you're happy
being
that
able to
walked away from it.
Yeah.
But if I learned anything, fucking Mike still got it.
Mike still got it. He said he wanted to fight again, and
he's quick with it.
Yeah, if he fights somebody like around his age, bro, I don't know if this is unpopular opinion, but he actually could fight somebody like somewhat younger than him for sure. He got it.
I think he could put up with like. You think high 30s? I was gonna say low 40s, maybe mid 40s.
I think high 30s. I think he would be able to compete. He would probably lose, but depending who it is.
I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but he was kind of gassed halfway through too.
Yeah, but you got to respect it though. He's 54. Like,
yo, I did 2 3-minute rounds with Luke, bro, over at Randy's. This is off topic, well, kind of, but like that shit takes a toll when you're like block, keep moving, bro, and then you have to throw punches. that shit, you'll be like,
Yeah, that's why you gotta that's why everybody exerts energy when they're punching and stuff too. It's all a system, really. And it looked like Mike Tyson really treated training and everything. Like his body was good for it,
He lost
and
100
stuff.
pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he said he lost 100.
ridiculous.
That
And
shit's not easy.
I don't know. You could see in the fight that he was into some respect, some form, he is still himself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's still got it.
Yeah.
For being 54, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? He would severely hurt us. You know what I mean? Severely. Dude, I don't know. And let's talk like you guys gotta love the way he walked in, man. I'm Mike Tyson. Hey.
I'm Mike Tyson.
I'm Mike Tyson.
I'm a humanitarian now.
Dude, how about his interview? Man, what did he say? He kept saying it like over and over and over again, and they even made fun of it. I don't remember.
Go ahead, Seth. You got it.
His interview? I didn't watch his interview.
Yeah, yes, he did at the end.
At the end?
Yeah, when they were talking about his health.
Yes, yeah, that actually was what I was talking about.
What did he say?
He said they all worry about his ass, but nobody worry about my ass.
Yeah,
I'm the one. I'm 54.
Yeah.
Don't worry about my ass.
He said they worried about my ass, and I've been out 15, 16 years, and they worried about his ass. He been out for two, 3 years.
Yeah, he's like, why is nobody worried about my ass? You know what the energy that I got from that was? It was at that music awards when Kanye got up and he's like, I'm sorry, but
Beyonce had the best record of the year.
Was it Beyonce? No, it was Nicki Minaj or some.
No, it was Beyonce over Taylor.
Yeah,
Swift.
no, you're right. I was thinking fucking Lil Wayne for some reason. Yeah, no, yeah, over whatever that singer is. I don't remember what her name. Yeah, Taylor Swift. He's like, she don't deserve it. I'm sorry, but oh man, it just gave me those type of vibes. It was so hilarious. Yeah, but I don't know. Is there anything more else to talk about the fight? Yeah, like that. Oh, so let's go down the line again. One word for the fight. You can go first, Adrian, because I gotta think.
Uneventful. I wanted one of them motherfuckers to hit the fucking mat.
Yeah, it was such a close fight. You know, it could have happened to anyone.
Like I don't know. I can appreciate boxing for what it is. And I can understand why it can be entertaining, but like, what we're fucking, are we in preschool? We're just fucking hugging each other.
Dude, it gets so boring. Imagine watching a boxing event and the main event is somebody you don't know. I feel like that just would be so boring.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's like, oh, I don't want to get hit. Let me hug you. You can't do anything to me when I hug you, so let me hug you. It's just weird. I think, yeah, I feel like it sucks. I mean, because with one word, you can only say so much. But, you know, because it was fun to watch. But in comparison to Jake Paul's fight, where I was literally, I didn't even, like, sit. I wanted to stand and watch it because, like, after you saw him push him, like, he just pushed him and literally threw him on the ground like he was a little boy. I stood up and I was like, I'm waiting because I know he's gonna get knocked out. Like, he's actually gonna fall asleep to a YouTuber. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun to watch. And then after watching this thing, a lot of respect and everything, but my word is boring. That shit was boring. I don't know. It's just because I kind of felt like what I felt was with really everything we already said. Like, I don't think that he really came into it wanting to win. He just wanted to be in the ring with Mike Tyson. With all of that said, it just didn't look like Mike was really gonna get too many opportunities to even knock him out, because after he started going, after like that third punch, he said, fuck it, I'm gonna just hug you. That's all he did. Every single time Mike started getting warm, and it just made it so boring. But, you know, I mean, he made it to the end in respect. It was like a finish line that he didn't even know if he would be able to get to, because he thought Mike would probably knock him out or something. But I don't know. He was just dick riding him so much, and I was over it. Like, he was just trying to hide from him.
Before I say my word, I am gonna I do want to say one more thing about what you just said about you didn't know if like he didn't know if he was gonna make it. And at the interview at the end, he was like, everybody knows me for in between rounds 1 and 4, but I just showed everybody I can make it to the end. So now I'm proving to myself that I can do it. And that was like a big
Yeah,
statement. But
yeah,
my
and it's cool.
my word is definitely promised. Um, and I say it as in uh there was a fight was promised, but they never said an eventful fight. They never said a fight that somebody was gonna get knocked out. So
Yeah,
it was, at moments it was dull, at moments it was eventful, but overall it was just
yeah,
mediocre at best.
mediocre. That's a better word than mine for sure. Yeah,
I don't.
it's historical too. I mean, it's like that was the word I was gonna use was historical, but it puts too much light on it. Like I really enjoyed it because I really didn't. I mean, it was so obviously that like it was on Mike Tyson's side. Mike Tyson won that fight, and you can't tell me that like I already said this earlier, I think when Adrian was gone, but you can't tell me that scoring isn't flawed in boxing if that is a draw. The Logan and KSI fight, right? That first one that got considered a draw, you can argue that actually was a draw. You know what I mean? But that's cuz it was an actually close fight. Like I don't know, man. This was not a close fight at all, and it's a shame, kind of, that they're like the official boxing committee that vote like does these votes and stuff. Votes at a tie, like that actually like left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it
I
was
don't
kind of
care. Like I really don't
unfortunate.
care whoever the winner is, but you give that like it's a legendary historical moment. How are you about to say it's a draw when it was so obviously one-sided? Like my man was running away like the whole time. He was so burnt after the second round, right? Reason I said it through the third and fourth, I thought he was gonna just bail and call it, but he was so burnt that like, oh, what was I about to say? I don't know, man. It's just weird, bro. It was not like how could you give that 4-4, like or sorry 3-3 with voting?
Yeah, there's no way. Just
That
like I
makes
said,
no
the
sense.
bottom judge was dick riding fucking Jones. The middle judge kept it fair, and the first judge, he was on Mike Tyson's
Yeah.
side through 7 rounds, and then the eighth round he just popped out and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna match the points," and everybody is going home as a
Oh,
draw.
what I was
Draw.
gonna say is within like the second round and really with the rest of the stuff, really within the first round, my boy didn't throw any punches. He would throw that little jab and sprint away. How is he so tired compared to Mike Tyson coming at him per round, getting more angrier? You know what I mean? Like he was getting pissed because he just kept grappling him. He's like, "Get off of me, bro!" Like type stuff. Like I could see how Mike Tyson really got burnt. And again, this is excluding their age and whatnot. Like them doing this like already is super super respectful, and like I don't know how anybody at that age would be able to pull off what they did. Mad respect, but it's like there was no shot that Roy was winning that
Yeah,
game or winning that fight match, whatever you want to call it, literally past the first round, kind of like the Jake one. To me it was like it wasn't even close. It wasn't even like a 70-30 or anything. So that was really really distasteful that you say that's a tie.
100%. We got about 15 to 20 minutes left, reach an hour. I'm down to move into football. Talk about the upcoming weeks. Some of the
Yeah,
some of
yeah,
what
no, Adrian said he wanted to say something about
so
football.
No, I
I'll let
just
you lead.
I just wanted to talk about the whole how the Steelers and the Ravens got moved from Thanksgiving, and now there's all these positive tests from the Ravens. I personally don't even think the game's gonna happen. Um, I think it's gonna get canceled,
Like
which kind of
completely,
sucks.
entirely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because the Ravens just added like 7 or 8 more people to their list on top of the 16 to 18 people they already
That
had
happened
on there.
today or what?
Yeah,
yeah.
they added like 6 to 8 more people today
Ugh.
to their COVID list.
talk about COVID. I do wanna send up some prayers for James Conner. He did get COVID.
I did see that. Yeah.
He tested positive, and you know he did have cancer before, so
Yeah.
it's a little bit more crippling for him. So I really do send up some prayers for him and everybody that has COVID. Whether you're a regular person or a sports athlete,
Yeah,
COVID.
I'll speak on that too. Kind of, me and my mom dropped off some gifts to basically it's this little like drive that my mom's friend, shout out the Catons, that they do every single year. It's so cool. They like less fortunate families that can't get any presents, they always like it's like a adopt a family. I think that's what it's called. It's like an adopt a family thing. They do it every year. And so my mom got them like a couple things, and so we dropped them off today. And I say all of that to say that they had COVID like two, or not two. It was like a month ago or like 2 months ago. And yeah, so like she still kind of has a little issue with her smell. Yeah, her smell is still like kind of foggy, and she doesn't have it anymore and stuff. It's been like a month since she even tested positive or anything, and she doesn't. She's still like is kind of foggy with it. Like she can't smell like bacon and stuff. Sometimes it's crazy. But her grandma has COVID and double pneumonia. So she's in and out of the hospital right now because of COVID. And I'm pretty much just saying this just to say, like, there's people like me, for instance, that really don't know anybody that has been truly affected by this, that's like taken people from them and all that type of stuff. And it really puts it into perspective when you listen to somebody. Like when I was listening, it kind of like, it was like damn, like this, there's like, I don't know how to really put it into words, but it's a very, very serious thing, and people that don't, even if masks aren't 100% a guarantee like thing to not give it to somebody, you just got to think about the people that get affected that you will never meet. You know what I mean? Like just by
Right.
running into somewhere without a mask, and even if you don't have COVID, if you like, you could just pass bacteria onto somebody that could somewhat form. It's just like, you never know. You just don't want to get people sick. That's the whole thing.
Yeah,
And it's
it
just
really hits home.
it's a respect thing at the end of the day. It's because like, if you aren't being affected by it, if people around you aren't being affected by it, that does not matter. It's a pandemic, and like people are actually dying from this shit. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just, I wanted to bring that up, and because you said prayers to them. Same thing with the Caton's grandmother, Nicole Caton, Adrian.
I kind of figured that's what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
it's that stuff really is serious. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. But
It really kind of puts everything into perspective.
mm, for
Once you
sure.
start realizing, like, because I'm not gonna lie, like when COVID first started, bro, I was like, yeah, fuck that, like it's just a flu, and
Yeah.
then
Mm,
you start seeing how it's affecting your community and how it's affecting the people around you and your loved ones and even your job and
yeah.
everybody's freedom at this point because everything is so trashed and torn by it. But the quicker people start realizing that it's not a fucking game and they start respecting it as their life,
Yeah.
then the quicker that this shit can start moving.
Yeah, like in Japan and stuff, it's already like ingrained in their culture. It could be China, but I know for sure Japan. They all wear masks anyways. This is prior to pandemics and everything, and it's literally as simple as they care about each other enough that it's a mutual thing that they don't want to pass bacteria onto other people. You know what I mean? Because like people like people, there's science and stuff that says like the COVID like particle or whatever is like a certain percent lower than like a mask and stuff, and like you could break it down and be however ignorant as you want, but at the end of the day, what you're doing is just protecting other people by wearing a mask. You're not really
Right.
helping yourself and stuff. Like that's whatever. Like you could debate that whatever, but like you are still helping other people by wearing a fucking mask. Like you're not looking cool by trying to get people sick. Like it's weird.
Right.
Even if it isn't affecting people around you, because like you said at the beginning, I didn't even know if it was like a real thing or not. I was just like, You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we're all fine and type of stuff. But like, literally imagine, just like the closest people around you actually getting it and like losing senses and like she even told like she was getting emotional and like tearing up with us explaining that like there's a couple days she woke up not being able to smell anything like the first day like she couldn't smell anything and stuff and she thought she was like gonna die from how bad her fever and just everything in general was because like it was so many different symptoms on top of each other. And I don't know, that stuff is crazy. Life is so fragile. And to throw something like that on top of just like a normal day with how many risks there actually are around you, a pandemic is just something so serious. Like you can't just
Yeah.
Count your
underestimate it.
blessings.
Like, yeah,
I,
100%.
I do want to say one more thing, then we can go back to football. Um, with the whole um with the whole like hitting home thing, and like even if you're sick, it it really like starts to like take a toll on your mental of you just being down or being fatigued. Like, cause I like as you two know, I was sick earlier in the week, and like I had the worst fucking migraine. My throat was fucked up. Um, I couldn't smell, but that was due to my nose being clogged and me being congested, but I could still taste everything fine.
Yeah.
Um, but the body fatigue is the worst fucking thing ever. Like I was literally sitting in my chair, bro, and I was just nodding off. I just came off of having a 14-hour sleep the day before, and I was just like, yeah, I gotta go lay down. So like for the first 3 days of this week, um, I was just laying in bed, and then you did bring up the whole China thing in Japan, and it works so well over there because they are all China and Japan is all based on honor and how much
Yeah.
honor you have for one another. The USA is nothing like that.
It'll
It,
never be like that, too.
no, no, it's all
Yep.
because of traditions and how people were raised.
Yep.
People
Oh,
are
man, you hit that on the
man.
dot, Seth. It's so
People
true.
people are so simple minded in the USA that it's literally fucking sickening to
Mm-hmm.
think like like there's there's so many fucking people that can't afford food every day, so they have to go steal, or so many people that can't afford the money to go to a hospital, so they just have to work out whatever issues they're having. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And in Japan, you see things all the time. Um, and I used to go to school with people that were from Japan's that were import students,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, yeah, like we don't have no money. Our parents send money over here, and they barely have enough money to pay, their taxes because they have a children tax, because it's
Yep.
so overpopulated. And just it's one person helps another, no matter where you come from. And you know, that's the last thing I'm gonna say on that before, you know, things get heated. So we
Is
go
it,
back to
people are just
football.
selfish. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not
selfish
even
and
gonna say
greed. It's a powerful
I'm,
thing.
I'm not even gonna say I'm perfect because I'm far from it. Everyone, no one's perfect in all honesty.
Mm-hmm.
But um,
Definitely.
like, I mean, I've had my cases of selfishness, but like everybody does. But like, it's just everybody has a one-track mind, and they see things in a certain view, and in this day and age, it's very hard to change someone's point of view when they're so like set in stone on the
Yeah.
way they see things and the way they think and their thought process that it's very hard to be able to break through to someone and be like, listen, like the precautions we're taking to do this or this and that, it's really not like we're not asking you much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I
obviously, like even in the beginning, like I was kind of like the same way with work. Like you could have said, I don't. Well, you weren't at the beacon then, but like there was so many things that we had to do before we could even start washing a truck, and it was hands down the most annoying thing in the world. But like at the end of the day, it was all just to protect us and protect the people that are the customers that are coming in, and
mm-hmm.
just I don't know. There's a lot that goes into it, but it's really not that hard to wear a mask when you're out in public or be mindful of other people that are around you.
Yeah, I mean that shit sucks. I mean it gets all hot. I mean, yeah, it's literally the worst thing ever. But at the end of the day, it would be a lot worse knowing that you got somebody sick and like let alone sick. It's just because of the day, like the age that we live in right now. But like it's just I don't know. Like, you don't want to get anybody sick. It's that simple. It might not even be COVID, but like prior to masks and stuff, like because nobody wore them, obviously. I don't know. Like like your bacteria and stuff can get people sick, you know what I mean? And people like completely forgot about that. It's like if you smoke marijuana, right? If you smoke marijuana and you roll up a blunt, and you do all that type of stuff, you smoke it with people. That's like kissing, basically, you know, with saliva and stuff. And so
All over
you
it.
do all that type of stuff, and then somebody else gets sick because you already had a cold. Prior to this pandemic, you wouldn't even really think about it. Maybe it would be brought up like, oh, I might have got you sick, you know what I mean? But nobody really like
Right.
cares and stuff. And it's just like, I don't know, in Japan and everything, it's just so much different. There's so much respect that's already ingrained. And obviously we're speaking in like the mass. I mean, obviously there's probably people that don't respect it over there and stuff, but it's not like we don't live in a perfect world. But I don't know, just do your part, I guess. I don't know, just do your part, and whatever else happens, you can't really help anyways. But I wanted to say one more thing. I'm happy I just remembered. But with selfishness is really bad. I think greed is worse because at some point, well, I guess it's the same thing as selfishness, but you do have to be kind of selfish in this world that we live in. You know what I mean? And that's probably what sucks about it is there's times that you need to be selfish, and there's like a lot of times that you can't be. But to progress through life, there's going to be a lot of events in your life that you need to be more selfish, and that's something that I struggle with a lot, is because like caring about people, severing some ties that might need to be cut off to progress your life. That's being selfish, you know what I mean? Like, but you do need to choose the right times to be selfish, and that's probably what is so hard. That line's really foggy, you know what I mean, for really anybody.
Yeah. Because it's either be selfish for your future,
Yeah.
or it's be unselfish for the present. And
Mm-hmm.
it's safe to say I live for the future. You know,
Yeah.
I really would like to see how things progress after this pandemic, because I'm ready to go back to normal life.
Yeah.
I don't want to be stuck in my fucking house 12 hours, 14 hours a day,
Yeah.
and only go out when I need to go out and get something from the store, or feel the burden of being scared of hanging out with people because I don't know if they're telling the truth about being sick or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Nah, 100% agreed with that, man. But what is normal? Like, who knows at this point? Because like I feel like even like after vaccines, like people are talking about vaccines being a mandated or whatever. Like they're making it official, like you have to take it and all that type
Well,
of stuff.
they're going to.
Yeah,
Especially
100%.
for jobs.
Yeah, and so with that being said, like I don't know, like masks might become a normal part of life. Like, who knows?
I
you
really
know?
fucking hope not.
Yeah, wouldn't it be fun? Like when I was doing the Black Friday shopping, there really wasn't a lot of people out. Um, thankfully, but I ain't gonna lie, that mask was my least favorite part of it. Like I didn't want to do it anymore. I was just like, I'm cool with going home because. But I'll tell you this, I went to like 4 or 5 stores only, and not one time did I see anybody not have their mask down and stuff. It was really like there wasn't anybody that was trying to toy with anybody else and stuff. Everybody had their mask on and stuff. It was cool. I mean, like people are doing their stuff. I mean, sometimes you see the occasional person not wearing a mask or whatnot, but out at a Black Friday and you expect so many people and all that type of stuff, I didn't know what to expect. But yeah, like it was a good turnout. Like there wasn't too many people, and everybody I saw had masks on all the
And
time.
I went out for a little bit. It was nice going to like Best Buy and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because usually it's a fucking ghost town, like right the day of Black Friday. It's a ghost town because everybody was there the night before. It was so nice actually going in there and being able to look at the things that they have
Yeah.
and not have to go like online. You'd be able to see it in person,
Yep.
things like having
Yeah.
everything stocked up fully. It's so nice.
Yeah, like one of the cool things that I got was this keyboard, and this keyboard I was up at like 3 in the morning or something, and I knew Best Buy opened at 5, but I waited to leave my house till like 7 or something, so I didn't expect to get this keyboard because there was only one left in store. Like I checked on their website and stuff, and so I was like, whatever, it's just a fat L. And I was talking to my buddy Jake that's in our stream right now. Shout out Jake, dog shit Fortnite player. He told me that there was only one keyboard in the Boardman mall or Best Buy, sorry. And there was, and I knew from checking the website that there was one in Boardman, one in Niles. And so I was like, I might have to make that trek out if my Best Buy doesn't have it. And lo and behold, there was still the one left from my thing 2.5 hours later from them opening. And I got super lucky, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I don't know. It was successful. It was cool. I don't think I got COVID from anybody. So who knows?
I was a little salty. I didn't get to go Black Friday shopping this year.
Hey,
sucks. But
you got
yeah.
next year, you
Yeah,
got a
yeah,
saucy
forward.
job. You got a saucy job
Looking forward.
when you start out the next year too. That's about to be nice.
Cannot wait. Oh my god, I'm tired of being $100 in my bank account. I can't wait to be fucking back up to like 10K, bro. It'd be so nice.
That's gonna be dope.
First thing I'm going to get too. I'm going to get a new car. I'm tired of driving fucking shit boxes.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
What are you shooting for? What do you want?
I do want like a nice little V8 Challenger or something. Stick shift
Cool.
preferably.
Yeah.
Stick shift.
They only run like 25K for a used one. I don't need nothing brand new because the fucking dude, you don't even know, the APR is retarded, especially for new car buyers. I'm 22 years old and I'm a male, so that raises the percent.
True.
Knowing the ins and outs of the car business for working there for a year and a half, great. So I'm not gonna get snubbed.
Yes. No, that's awesome. Especially having like the confidence to go into because you know your shit.
Right, or I'll go back to Sweeney and get a Camaro. I just want something sport or
Yeah.
all-wheel drive. If I can get a
To look at and like get excited about type
yes,
stuff.
bro. Like I walk out to my car now, like, damn, my dad just hit this fucker last week. Like, I don't even want to drive it
Oh
anymore.
my god.
Bro, I'm sleeping. It's like fucking 10 at night. I'm knocked out on the early side. He runs downstairs. I just hit your fucking car. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
You like
He
backed
bent
into it or something?
Yes, bro. Wasn't paying attention. Just mopped my shit.
Like the side or the
Damn.
front of it or something?
Right. It's on the top. It's on the front left fender. He fucking folded that bitch, and I
Now
had
you
to kick it.
tripping.
I had to like kick it back into place. I'm like, damn.
Wow.
That's tough.
Well, on that note, I think we are about to wrap up episode 3 of Earn and Rep. I will quickly, shout out Ralph for being in the chat. There was other people in the chat, but I'm just saying off of the actual comments. Shout out to Jake, still dog shit at Fortnite, and Ralph, and to Stivs for following us during the stream.
Hey, I know him. What's up, Stivs? Thanks for coming out.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, that's he probably got it on Facebook. I did just get a notification too.
Cool.
But
That
thanks
boy
for coming out.
Stivs 97.
Yes, sir.
Anybody want to say anything before we end it?
Adrian, what you got?
I don't think I'm good. I just appreciate you all for watching, coming in,
Yeah.
listening to us talk. We're a bunch of fucking idiots, but hey, I hope it's enjoyable.
Yeah, on to Christmas, you know what I mean? Better and happier
Can't wait.
vibes.
And I gotta put the tree up, bro. I can't. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I guess my last thing I will say is, just keep your families close. A lot of people won't even be able to be around family and stuff for Christmas.
That is true.
So that's how I'll leave off this show probably, it's just because we already talked about COVID and everything, and we don't want to always put downers on stuff because it is an unfortunate like day that we live in, but just treat everybody, it's corny, but treat everybody like it is the last time that you'll see them because you don't fucking know, so.
All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping out. Thanks for support. Appreciate everything. Thanks for helping us earn our rep.
Yeah. See ya.
Take it easy.